I see so many people preparing to take their boat and go cruising. They're in all kinds of stages of prepping, just as we were before we went cruising. And they're all taking care of the big jobs, and I see the big jobs, and I know that they're required. But you got to understand, those big jobs, they make you feel good when you're done with them, but day to day, they don't do much for you. It's like I changed the engine and the fuel tank. I had to take the engine completely out of the boat, take the fuel tank completely out of the boat, hardest job I've ever had to do on this boat, and then put in a new fuel tank, put in a new engine, put it down there, and absolutely made me feel great. And once we started cruising, I was confident that everything was just fine, but it didn't do much day-to-day satisfaction. We got all the way down to La Paz, Mexico, and although we put screens in all the ports, I didn't have screens in the hatch. So I had some made. Now, they worked well for what we had, but they're now very old, and they break down, you know, like anything else. They've got holes in them now. Let me tell you, in Mexico, they were a lifesaver. This is one of those little jobs that doesn't take long to do, but while you're cruising for a lot of time when you're at anchor, this is one of those little jobs that provides you a good thing every single day, a return on that little investment. So what I've done is I went out and I bought the channel and I bought the end pieces to get together, and I'm making my own right now. Now, when I originally did it with this old one, which fits on top, I put a piece of 1/4-inch teak strip right on the top here. It's out of the way, you never notice it, and this is where our jam boards fit in. When we're going to heavy weather, we take the swing doors off and put the jam boards in. And this one fits on top like this, but I wound up, I had to make it in 2 pieces so that they would store easily. And I used duct tape back here, and that works sort of, but you can see after a while the duct tape goes bad. And that fits right up here, and now with the duct tape, it's easy to get up and out of the way. On the new ones, what I did is I made a piece similar to the bottom. I then made the top piece, and it's longer than I need right now. I took a Dremel tool and a wire brush and cleaned off this. Then I cut and sized a piece of sombrella cloth and epoxied it to the 2 sides. So now I have a sombrella cloth hinge that's going to last a lot longer. So what I do now is this goes into the jam board, boom, like that. This will come down, and now this piece, which is the last piece to put on, I will put in right here and cut the small ends off of this to make sure that this comes all the way up, and this top screen, which I'll make another one of, comes down and touches it. The original ones that I had made in La Paz, they didn't touch. They were actually, you know, maybe a 1/2 inch too short on this one. So when you put it on there, well, little critters could get up and through there. I'm going to make sure that doesn't happen again this time. So I just need to cut a little bit off of these. Thank you. So now, these slip back on. and I'm keeping track to make sure that the channel that the screen goes in is on the inside. Right after you cut these sometimes are harder to push in right after they've been freshly cut. Those were pretty good. And now let's see if we got it. Boom, boom, and boom. So now what I'll do, make another one of these. I didn't make this one, I didn't have to fit it to the boat, because so long as this one fits, this one can be half an inch, even an inch longer, could be half an inch, quarter inch shorter, no problem. Now, I've got plastic screen material, heavy duty, to put into it, but before I do that, I'll take it, clean it all off, and my plan is to paint it white, and maybe the new one that I make for that, paint it gray, so that there's no mistaking what's the top one and what's the side one. So, small project that repays you day after day after day, and when you look at it you go, oh wow, that really did help a lot. Hope this helped you a little bit. If you like the video, down below click the subscribe, and go ahead and hit the little bell next to it that says alert me when a new video comes up, and I promise not to flood you with a whole bunch of extraneous junk, but you'll get a notice every time I post one. Thanks a lot for watching.